What is up, YouTube? In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to replace your camshaft position sensors on a Dodge Charger with the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine. I'll be showing you how to replace the camshaft position sensor in bank 1, which is on the passenger side, and the camshaft position sensor, which is on bank 2 on the driver's side. You might be led to believe you can replace your camshaft position sensors if you have the code for P0345. Let's get straight into the tutorial on replacing these. First step, you'll need to pop off your engine cover. Next, you'll detach your intake from the throttle body. So if you have the stock intake, you'll just have a tensioner strap located over here, and then you're just gonna loosen that with either an 8mm socket or a flathead screwdriver. I have the RIP supercharger kit for my charger, so my intake setup's a little bit different. So I'm just gonna be loosening this tensioner and this tensioner as well. But if you have the stock intake, you can just loosen the tensioner up here at the throttle body and connecting it to the intake box, and then simply just clip it out and take out the intake tube. And before you remove your intake, you're gonna wanna unplug your air temperature sensor. Just gonna have a little plastic clip right here. Push down on and pull out. Now we're gonna unplug this from the throttle body, unclip this cord, come around here, unclip this, unplug your map sensor. You're gonna pop off this tube. I have a zip tie I'm gonna have to cut before I can pop that off. And then you're gonna go ahead and disconnect this hose. You might just have a tensioner strap you have to pinch and pull off. This will need a 7mm socket or flathead. And same thing for this back one, either 7mm socket or flathead, or you'll have the pinch tensioner. You'll just have to use pliers and pinch and pull down on. We're gonna need to disconnect both of these hoses. Got both of those hoses removed. If you have trouble getting them off, you can use a flathead screwdriver and just put it at the edge and help it walk off as you're pulling on it. And then next, we're gonna remove the upper intake manifold from this bracket. So you're gonna have two 10mm nuts. We're gonna loosen with a 10mm socket and ratchet. And then down here we have a 13mm bolt. We're gonna loosen with a 13mm wrench, and then use a 13mm wrench ratchet to loosen it off the rest of the way. And just be careful you don't drop it down behind the back of your engine, because it might be difficult to retrieve. That's just at the bottom of the bracket there. And one thing to keep in mind when you're loosening that 13mm bolt is it's coming in, it's threaded in this way, so you're gonna be loosening it this way. So it's inverted if you're facing it from the front. We got the bolt and two nuts removed. Then you're gonna swing it around to the driver's side and go ahead and disconnect these hoses. You're gonna have two 10mm nuts on this side, and we're gonna go ahead and loosen those with our 10mm socket and ratchet. And I actually found it easier to use a 10mm ratchet wrench to get these off, just because it's kind of a tight space right here in a weird angle. Finally, to get it off the rest of the way, we're going to take a ratchet with a 8mm socket and extension. You will need an extension for this, and we're going to remove this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and that bolt. 7 in total. If you can't get these middle ones out, you can just loosen them and you should be able to lift this out. And with everything unscrewed and everything detached, you can just lift your upper intake manifold out of the way and then place a shop towel over your intake ports. You don't want anything dropping in there. You can remove this foam out of the way. Now we have access to both sides. You might be able to change bank 1 without removing your upper intake manifold, but I'm pretty sure I saw online you're supposed to replace both if you do one, so I'm just gonna do both. But the code I had was related to this one, so I would have had to remove all that anyways. But all we're gonna do is disconnect the wire from the sensor, which I might just do with both my hands, but you just have a tab, push down on, pop it off, and there's one bolt on top, and you're gonna need a Torx 30 bit to get it loose and tighten it back on. I got the Bank 2 one removed. Get a little look-see. See how we're looking in there. Can't really see a whole lot, but it is oily, so just be prepared for that. And you'll probably have to kind of maneuver it because it has these 2 sensors on the sides. Get it out, but we're gonna get that new one in. And I just got, this was a kind of on the fly job, so I just got these Duralast ones from AutoZone. So here's the part number. Got the new sensor into place and I tightened it down. You don't have to go crazy on this. You'll watch it compress and the O-ring on this bolt and this kind of rubber part right here. You'll just watch it compress and you don't have to tighten it crazy or nothing. And then I just took a little bit of dielectric grease and I just put that on this connection to help prevent corrosion and for easy disassemble just in case in the future. But this one's all good. And I'm gonna do the Bank 1. Next, we're going to put everything back together. So this would be a good time to change these little gaskets on your upper intake manifold, but these are fairly new, so I'm just gonna reuse them. Put your foam piece back into place. Then you're gonna get your upper intake manifold seated back into place. Make sure you got these studs in those bracket holes on this side. And then you just line up and set this bracket back into place as well. Make sure everything's fitted into place correctly. So this is gonna be the torque down sequence and it's 71 inch-pounds. So you're gonna start off with this one. Just go ahead and hand tighten down all these bolts and then go through and torque it down. So this is 1, go to the middle, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you're gonna reattach this 10mm nut and this one as well. Clip back in this hose. Got this bracket reattached, these 2 10mm nuts with that 13mm bolt tightened down there. I had to kind of rush through these because my phone was about to die. But basically I reattached this hose, this hose, this hose, put a new zip tie, plugged in the map sensor clip, plugged in the air temp sensor, plugged in the throttle body, pushed this red tab back down, clip this in, and I put some of that dielectric grease on all these connectors because I thought mine's as well since I got it for that. Then we got the intake put back on, and if you have the RIP supercharger kit, basically the easiest way to get this back on is push this coupler down as far as you can to about here, position it up, then slide it on over the throttle body and tighten your 2 tensioner straps. But at this point, if you have the stock intake, you just put that back on and then put your engine cover back on. But if this video helped you out, like and subscribe and comment any questions you have or advice below.